Everyone, welcome back to my channel, Surviving Narcissism Together. I hope everyone is doing well today. I just want to say thank you to my new subscribers and the ones who've been there since the beginning as well. It's been a couple months since I started this channel, but it's really amazing to see the progress, even if it's a little bit at a time. I'm very grateful to every subscriber, every comment, every like, every share. I'm very, very grateful and thankful. I do enjoy putting out information on narcissism because being a victim of the narcissistic abuse left me paralyzed, and now that I'm okay, I want to help other people. So thank you so much for getting my channel more traction so that we can get more of this content out there and help other possible survivors, victims, to become survivors, right? So again, thank you so much. So today, in today's video, I want to talk about something a lot of people struggles with silently, which is trauma bonding. And if you ever felt stuck to someone who's hurt you very deeply, that doesn't mean you're weak, but it does mean you're human. And trauma bonds are those sorts of incredibly very powerful ways in which narcissists use, and they sort of create and maintain them so that you're stuck to them. So in today's video, I want to walk through some ways in which the narcissist tries to keep you emotionally tied to them, even when they know it's bad for you. And as we go through these, it may cut deep a bit, but I do want you to recognize and just notice if any of these feels familiar so that you can know if you have been trauma bonded yourself. Because, awareness is a really huge step in breaking free. Okay, so let's get into it. So the first way is called intermittent reinforcement, right? This one is really the backbone of trauma bond. So have you ever noticed how a narcissist can switch from loving to cruel overnight? So one minute they're acting like you mean the world to them, and the next they're cold and distant and attacking you emotionally. And then when you're about to give up, they're suddenly nice again. And you're thinking, maybe they've changed, or in the process of changing, or maybe what I experienced wasn't that bad as I thought. I overreacted. This is a sort of push and pull cycle that triggers that sort of response in your brain, right? And you literally get addicted to chasing their good side, even though they control when you get it. So you have to recognize that the good moments aren't real. They're just strategic. Every time that's why we call it intermittent reinforcement. So every time they treat you badly and you're about to just leave, you're about to just pack up, you're about to call it quits, let me start to act good again. And it's like almost training you that you become aware of every time they act badly, they're gonna act good again. And it's that cycle that sort of keeps you stuck. So they show you kindness not because they love you, but because they're resetting that bond every time. So every time you forgive them, the hook is gonna sink deeper. Another way, which is sort of similar to this, is they love bomb after they hurt you. And we would have spoken about love bombing many times. So you ever see how, like, after a big fight they do something so wrong, suddenly they become the sweetest version of themselves. They text you nonstop, apologize, cry. They say, oh, I'd go to therapy. They swear they'll change. They talk about their future together, known as future faking. They go above and beyond to do things for you. And in that moment, it feels so real, right? You want to believe them, especially because your nervous system is begging for that relief. But the truth is, that's not love, that's manipulation. So narcissists love bomb you after the abuse, not at random. It keeps you emotionally calm to stay, even when everything inside of you is screaming to walk away. They're not actually trying to heal the relationship, but they're trying to reset you to stay. Another way is guilt and shame, making you feel responsible for their behavior. I really feel like this one gets to everyone. Narcissists will make you feel like their behavior is somehow your fault. You made me act like that. I only said that because you triggered me. If you didn't do this, I wouldn't have reacted that way. I swear, I have heard that one too many times. If you didn't do this, I wouldn't have reacted that way. So suddenly you're apologizing for things you didn't do. You're trying to keep the peace, you're trying to avoid their reactions, and they love it because the moment you take responsibility for their behavior, they no longer need to. And when guilt doesn't work, they switch to shame. Oh, you're too sensitive, you're the problem, no one else would put up with you like I have. And those words are gonna sink into your spirit, and that shame keeps you bonded because now you believe, maybe this is the best you can get, but it's not. And deep down you know that, okay? So the fourth way is creating dependency. Like you always need me, right? So narcissists work slowly, but they isolate you little by little. They pull you away from friends, making you doubt your family. They criticize people who support you. They create fights with anyone who loves you. They make you cancel opportunities. I think this is the biggest one. Yeah, they make you cancel opportunities that can get you away from them, make you independent from them, and even making you financially or emotionally dependent. That has happened to me both through my narcissistic ex and my narcissistic mother. So before you know it, the narcissist is your only source of comfort, validation, affection, connection, everything. And ironically, it's your biggest source of pain. And they want to be the center of your world, because if you rely on them, leaving feels impossible. Because you're not, you think that you need them for everything. But remember, they made you feel like you can't stand without them. You're not actually dependent. Your mind is just trained. Your mind is just manipulated. And this is a way that they keep you trauma bonded to them. And finally, it's future faking, or that's where they sell you a fantasy. So this, I think, future faking is very powerful, especially for people, empaths like ourselves, who fall deeply in love. Narcissists promise you a future that feels magical. We'll get married, we'll have kids, I'll support your business, let's move in. Once things settle, everything will be different. And I have heard all 5 sentences, all 5 statements. I have heard it all. They give you just enough to keep you dreaming, hoping, and sadly waiting. It's what we call breadcrumbs. They're getting you full of breadcrumbs, But something you need to recognize is that future is never gonna come. It's not meant to, okay? The promise is the tool, not the delivery. The dream of who they could be is what is going to keep you bonded to someone. The dream of what could have been done when they future fake me, that is what keeps you trauma bonded. But until they show you who they actually are, that trauma bond won't go away. You have to recognize it. So guys, if any of these points hits home for you, I want you to know something, that trauma bonds, they don't mean that you're broken. They just mean that you were manipulated by someone who knew exactly what they were doing. And the fact that you're learning and watching these videos and becoming aware, it means that you're waking up. It means that you're healing and you're getting stronger, okay? So in my next video, we're gonna dive into something that connects directly to trauma bonding, so more subtle manipulation tactics that narcissists tend to use every day. Because once you can spot these little mind games and patterns, everything is going to start making sense, right? And after that, I do want to talk more about flying monkeys. I've noticed that a lot of people usually ask about flying monkeys. I do have a video on it, but I want to get into it a little deeper and maybe make a mini series on it. So because all of these really plays part in the narcissistic storyline, right? So stay tuned for that. Everyone, you're doing amazing. Alright, so guys, thank you so much for watching, and if this video resonated with you, please like, comment, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it, okay? Remember, healing takes time, and I know the longer it takes, it may feel discouraging. But, guys, remember to be patient with this process as we are moving from survivors to thrivers to victors, okay? So, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.